What is a super mom? Like, what does it mean to be a super mom? And for me, in my mind, when people tell me that, it makes me feel like, I'm doing a ton of things. I'm always multitasking and getting all things done, and I always do it with glamour. And I feel like, sometimes we need to give ourselves a break. I think that this concept of supermom has been like put up on this pedestal that, we can do all these amazing things. We can be an amazing wife. We can be an amazing person, cook in the kitchen. We can be that perfect mom that gets her kid nicely tucked in at 7:30, and all the while, go to work and, continue to grow in that aspect. Hi everyone, welcome back to my Mommy's Life channel where I share with you guys my journey as a first-time mom, dentist, and business owner. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. This channel is all about giving you guys tips, tricks, motivation to help you guys have that career that you've always wanted, and at the same time continue to be that super mom or super parent. Speaking of super mom, that is the topic of today's video because I wanted to take a few minutes to elaborate on this concept of supermom because it gets tossed around a lot. I feel like people tell me this all the time because they see me working so much. And then, of course, I have a 2-year-old at home. And so they're like, wow, you're such a super mom. And it makes me think, I'm like, well, what is a super mom? Like, what does it mean to be a super mom? And for me, in my mind, when people tell me that, it makes me feel like, I'm doing a ton of things. I'm always multitasking and getting all things done, and I always do it with glamour. And I feel like, sometimes we need to give ourselves a break. I think that this concept of supermom has been like put up on this pedestal that, we can do all these amazing things. We can be an amazing wife. We can be an amazing person, cook in the kitchen. We can be that perfect mom that gets their kid nicely tucked in at 7:30, and all the while, go to work and, continue to grow in that aspect. And it's really hard at times. It really is. And, to be a super mom, I don't think it's something that you just become. I think every day you have to take it a little bit differently. And for me, it's not about being perfect. I don't think any of us are perfect. And I think we all have to remember, especially when people are constantly telling us that we're super parents, that we're not perfect. We're still just human and we make mistakes all the time. For instance, there's been multiple occasions where I was in a hurry getting out the door, and I ended up at school dropping off Caitlin without shoes. She just didn't have shoes. I mean, fortunately, the school is kind of ready for that stuff and they had ones for her, but that was a boo-boo moment on my part. And there's been moments where I literally got to work and I realized I was in my nice business casual attire and I had sneakers on. It happens. It really does. So we're not perfect, and I feel like it's not always glamorous. I think many times it's okay for us to just say, hey, heck with it. We're just going to wear our leggings and our sweatshirts to the store to get groceries. That's okay. Super moms aren't always put together. And, at times we will also be in our jammies and at the store with no makeup on and looks like we just got ran over by a bus. And that's okay. And we have to be giving ourselves a break because there is a lot to be done. I think although being a parent and also owning a business where I'm working, 60 plus hours between seeing patients, doing admin work, brainstorming on how I can take the company to the next step, we really get good at mentally being strong. And I think that is a really important aspect to, getting all the things you want in life. If you're not mentally strong, it's going to be very difficult for you to overcome things because, life is not flowers and rainbows. It's not when it comes to parenting. It's not when it comes to owning a business. And you just have to train yourself to be strong, to be very resilient, coming back all the time very quickly with a solution because problems are going to come all the time. I get problems all the time. You know, it might be Caitlin. All of a sudden, we had this great routine going, and then all of a sudden, she'll decide, you know, she doesn't want to do that anymore. And I'm like, great, okay, well, what can I do to make you want to do it? And we're always switching up, you know, routines. We have a good routine. Same with the business. You know, we have good systems. We've got good structures, but you know, stuff doesn't always go the way it's supposed to. It's not a calculator. It's not like you punch these numbers and you get that result. And so if you're open to, you know, growing your mind and making sure that you are an elastic rubber band, you're able to bounce right back in and change the direction. I'm like, heck, ended up, you know, at work with sneakers. Like, whatever. I had a Seahawks jersey in the back, so I made it Blue Friday. Whatever. It happens. So whatever you do, just make sure that it's not about doing more. It's not about being perfect. It's about training yourself to be stronger and be able to adapt to changes. That's what I think you know, successful supermom really is. They're able to really adapt, and they're resilient, and they don't, you know, take much. If you've got problems with me, I don't really care, because, you know, I'm doing what I think is right and what's working for us, and we're really able to fix our own problems very quickly. And so I think that, you know, you got to keep that into perspective. It's hard, and people are going to come at you with criticism and keep telling you and pushing you up and saying, oh my God, you're so amazing, you're so perfect, that we feel in ourselves that we have to be that way. And we don't, and we're not. We're human, and we're constantly changing, and we're evolving. We appear that we're so amazing from their perspective, because, you know, they don't see us in the ugly mornings, and they don't see us in the times we mess up, and we have to keep in mind that those things do happen, and we just bounce back from them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am constantly looking out for comments from you guys. Tell me about your stories, tell me about your struggles and how you overcame them, because, you know, it's all about teaming up with each other and making sure that we continue to succeed in both life and in work and everything in between. Bye.